Welcome back to my channel. This is Psychic Medium Raymond Guzman, and today I'm going to be doing your monthly horoscopes for the month of December 2018. Wow, what can I say? This year has really went by pretty quickly. Where did it go? Where did 2018 go? That's what a lot of you out there would be asking, tuning into these horoscopes. It's like, what happened? You know, the year just went passing by really quickly. So this is going to be the last horoscope for this year. Again, I will continue doing these going into 2019. So these are fairly extra special to me, and I hope they are special to you as well. For those of you that are interested in booking a private reading with me, you can go to my website. That's www.raymondguzman.net/shop, or you can go to, if you'd like to pick up a copy of my new book, Starseed Footsteps, you can also go to that same website that's listed here on the screen and just go to the shop section at the very top of my website. And that's where you'll find the book and all of my readings that I offer. A lot of you that would be tuning into this horoscope, you may want to know what does 2018 hold in store for you. I do offer a 12-month yearly outlook reading, which breaks down, by month, what is what Spirit sees, happening within 2018. So check that out. I also offer emergency readings now for those people who don't want to wait 3 to 5 business days turnaround time, or the 3 to 4 weeks turnaround time for chat readings. You can do an emergency reading. Emergency readings have a 24 to 48 hour turnaround time. Sometimes it's the same day, depending on my work schedule. So I am offering that type of reading as well. And then those of you that are tuning into this, that would be asking, when are the predictions that I'm going to be making for the world predictions and celebrity predictions? Those will be coming out either this week or next week. So stay tuned to that as well. That being said and done, let's get into your horoscopes for the month of December. So our first one is going to be for the sign of Aries. Aries, this month in particular for you is going to be a month in which you're very festive. The month starts off very positive. You started off feeling very, good about the holidays. You may, be in a good spirit in a way where, usually you don't celebrate, Christmas or the holidays, in a way where you go all out, and you may not feel like you may not have good memories tied to the holidays. That's what I'm trying to say. But this year is going to be a little different. I feel like you're surrounded by people who, you're surrounded by good people now, more than you have been in the past. There is a lot of focus on feeling lighter, feeling more confident in your skin, feeling more sure of who you are. And there is also a certain level of, fulfillment when it comes to your finances. So a lot of you that have been working extremely hard on making sure that you have money for the holidays, maybe to buy your loved one a special gift or just to treat yourself. I mean, come on. I mean, there's going to be so many sales, through the month of December. A lot of you would want to, kind of treat yourself to something. Well, basically, Spirit is saying this is the time to do that. There is going to be some truths that you are going to be, it's almost like you're doing shadow work on yourself throughout the whole month of December 2018. So you are focusing a lot on healing certain aspects of yourself. And there's a lot of truths that you're facing about yourself now. Maybe things that you're noticing, patterns that you've noticed about, your character, or, how you deal with people who, are friends and then they walk away from you without any explanation. There's a lot of sensitivity around this area. But, you keep pushing through, and it is going to be a month in which you kind of come to terms with this energy. And there's this sense that you are teaching someone a lesson, that there is someone in your life right now that is coming in that you're teaching them, you're teaching people, a little bit more, to learn a little bit more about themselves. That's kind of the role that you play through the month of December, regardless of where you're at and who you interact with. There's a certain level of teaching others, something about themselves that they may see through you. And it's like they're living vicariously through you, looking at you and admiring your strength and your work ethics that you have. You do feel like you're on top of the world right now through the month of December. You do feel very, like I said, positive, and you're very strong, and you have leadership skills. And so a lot of this is going to bleed into your family life. A lot of your family members are going to look towards you, even your lovers, your love life. There's going to be a lot of the masculine side of your energy, regardless if you're a male or a female. Your masculine, because we all have a duality, we have a feminine and a masculine side to our souls, and it's like your masculine side kind of comes out a little bit more. Instead of nurturing others, you're giving them reassurance, you're giving them more of the masculine energy where they feel safe and protected around you. You are like a protector this month, and that's kind of the role that you play. But going into the latter part of the month, getting into New Year's, you have a lot of your time is going to be divided between two people. This could be your lover, your partner, or like I said, your partner and or a friend, or a family member. There's going to be some kind of patience that is needed. You are, the whole month is not, full of rays of sunshine. There is going to be some, some issues that come up towards the end of the month because, you're going into a new year. So it could be a very stressful time, and it's going to test your patience as an Aries. But basically, you may be feeling like at the end of the month, when you get to it, that someone admits that they were wrong. There's some kind of reconciliation. There's some admittance of truth that is coming out, out into the open, and it gives you a sensibility of, like feeling like vindicated in many ways. So you end the year, I feel like, on a very positive note, feeling justified, feeling almost like, all that you did throughout 2018 was not futile. It wasn't futile. It was something that really, it really did mean something. It all added up to this moment. It all led up to this moment that you are in right now. So those of you that would be listening to this horoscope through the month of November, just know that this is more or less a general reading. It's not going to apply to every single Aries. There may be certain aspects of this reading that will apply to some Aries, and maybe everything will apply to certain Aries, but just keep in mind that it is general in nature. And I wish you all a happy holiday season, all you Aries, and also, enjoy the holidays. That's what it's all about. So that is the horoscope for the sign of Aries. All right, Taurus. So for the sign of Taurus this month, happy holidays to all of you, and Happy New Year. As those of you that would be, I know it's not the New Year yet, but this is going to be a very special horoscope. This is the last horoscope for the 2018 series, or year. So I will be doing more horoscopes in 2019. This is not going to end, but this is a fairly special one always for me in the month of December because it is the last month of the year. So for you Taurians out there, this is what you're going to see. The month starts off with some endings. So you probably had a pretty rough or pretty interesting month of November, and going into December, now that we're in, December, whenever you're listening to this, this horoscope, because this is being recorded in November and being released in November, but through the month of December, you are going to experience like there is some kind of finality. There's an ending. There's something that you put an end to that you finally maybe have said, and maybe you don't look at it as an ending, but in many ways there is something in your life where you're, looking at it now from a different set of eyes or lenses, and you're saying, what, I'm done with this. This is something that's no longer serving me. I need to move away from it. And it feels very much like this is around a relationship overall. This could be a lot of you that would be listening to this. Again, not every single Taurus may be going through relationship problems or a separation or heartbreak, but a lot of you out there may be going through that this month, of December. or you've already gone through it through November, and now you're moving, and that's why Spirit sees this finality. But there is this sense of you moving forward, and you, in the back of your mind, a lot of you, you may be thinking, did I make the right decision? It's kind of hard to detach from someone or something that you love very deeply. So there is this remote sense of, being unsure, and kind of, feeling like maybe you should have, taken more time and consideration with your decision making. But Spirit tends to think that you did the right choice, you made the right choice, and now it's all about focusing on your future and your personal life. There's a lot of emphasis around you meeting people in your career, in your business, your work life. There's people that you, maybe colleagues, coworkers, that you're going to get invites from this year, this month, to go out, maybe go to a party, or maybe there's a company party, like a Christmas party. And a lot of you may not feel like in the mood to really go. A lot of you may be feeling more reserved, you want to stay more at home. But Spirit is saying that this is a good time. You need to really go and be free, and don't hold back on it. All right, for the sign of Gemini for the month of December 2018, a lot of you are going to be finding that this month is going to be kind of challenging for some Geminis. Not all of them, not all of us out there, but there is a certain level of abruptness, this certain level of disagreements, and you may be fighting something within yourself as well. There's this sense that something in you needs to be reborn. Something needs to change within yourself. You're not happy maybe with your life right now, your living situation, where you're at. There's a lot of change that needs to come about. But in order to do this, Spirit is basically like saying that you need to um, transform on a deeper level, but you've been holding back due to fears. You've been maybe thinking that you can't do it, but there's something where it's like everything starts to feel like it comes down, like there's this tumbling blocks that are coming down. You feel like you are in situations this month where you are victimized. You are the one that's being attacked by different people. There could be people attacking you verbally, maybe even spiritually, communicating with you. And there's a certain level of feeling like you are being attacked in many ways. And you feel trapped. A lot of you feel trapped, and you're trying to decide, should you go into your dark side, your shadow self, or should you stay in the light self? But there's this balance. It's like you're hanging in many ways onto some hope that things are going to get better. But Spirit is saying that this is not a month to kind of live in the fantasy world. This is not a month to stand idly by and let people, walk all over you, or kind of, just think that, things are going to get better by themselves if you don't have, if you don't lift a finger or do anything like that. Spirit is saying that you need to take charge. You need to take charge, go forward. Even if this is a very uncomfortable situation where you have to confront someone who you don't like because you know how they are, there is a sense of loss, like you are feeling like you maybe are giving too much of your energy, and that you are not getting back in return, the same level of respect that you are giving others. However, Spirit is saying that you need to be patient and continue to nurture your hard work and your spirit, because there's this sense like you feel like you are, you're trying to be patient, but with Geminis, it's kind of hard to be patient because there's, we always want change. We want it quickly, but Spirit is saying it's not on our timing. Again, around your home life, there could be some disruption around children or even your spouse or your partner. There could be some disagreements, some very strong discussions. You could be telling them, you deserve better, or you could be telling them that, you know, you don't feel happy anymore in the situation. The relationship doesn't bring you the same happiness that you once had. So although Geminis are very loyal, there's only so much that they can put up with, and ultimately they know that if it's not good for their soul, that they're going to move on from the situation. So yeah, there is going to be some struggles here this month. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, but you will be getting past it. and you are at a point right now where you are on the verge of maybe embarking on a new career. There is some light going into 2019, so it's not all gloom and doom, as throughout the whole month of December. There are going to be periods like around Christmas, and then going into New Year's Eve, that it as you usher in the new year, there's a lot of good positive energy to look forward to. And again, patience is going to be warranted here because a lot of us are not patient, and this is going to be like a trying month around patience. Even though you can't see something yet manifesting, and even though you can't feel it or, be near it, it's coming. The changes are coming. Transformation on big levels is coming, and you're going to start noticing a lot of your friendships are going to be more solid going into 2019. There's going to be more positivity around your relationships and friendships, and more truth, transparency around these relationships and friendships. So I think that's major because a lot of Geminis need to have someone that they can count on. There needs to be some kind of loyalty because we're very loyal when it comes to our friendships. And so that's something that you will be seeing throughout December, especially the latter part of December. So I want to thank you again and wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Holidays to each and every one of you out there. And thank you for making this year so amazing for me. Thank you for being a beacon of light. Thank you for supporting me in all my efforts. And I'm so excited and grateful and humble and can't wait to go into 2019 and see what's in store for me that year. So thank you once again, and I hope you enjoyed this horoscope for the sign of Gemini. All right, for the sign of Cancer for this month of December 2018, for you Moonchild, what a lot of you Moonchilds are going to be seeing this month is that you are feeling like you are being surrounded by people. There's a lot of people that are looking at you. There, you could be feeling like you're trapped in a job, in a relationship, and you feel like there's a bunch of people that are looking at you. You're feeling judged by people unjustly. You feel like people are being too harsh on you. And this is going to have a lot of you walking away. There's this sense of walking away from the situation, feeling almost like you've won in a certain way because you're out of that toxic situation, whether this was work or this was a relationship. But you're carrying a lot of things and you can't yet see the future. You can't see what's coming up. And that kind of scares you a little bit to know the uncertain, what's in store for the future. If you can't see it, right now, it kind of makes you feel kind of paralyzed and feeling like maybe you've worked too hard for nothing. You've put too much time and years and effort into a relationship or even your work life. And regardless if this was different jobs that you've had over a series of years, but there's this sense of feeling that you're feeling like almost like the burden is too great to bear and you're like at the end of your ropes. A lot of you are out there are just like very pissed off. You're like, F this, I'm done, and that's the kind of mentality that you are going into the month of December. A lot of you are not, this is not your favorite time of the year. It is a very emotional time. Some of you may have experienced loss in the past. A lot of bad things may have happened in the month of December. December is known as Christmas, as the holidays. It's so loving. That's what Hallmark, kind of, portrays, and the Hallmark channel and the cards and, all the, the advertisements for Christmas and etc. But really and truly, when it comes down to it, that's all fairy tale. A lot of people don't like the month of December because it's a lot of painful memories. A lot of relationships break up in December. There's could have been losses. This is the first Christmas without your loved one with you. So it's really understandable that you would feel this way. But Spirit is saying that you need to continue to keep your faith and not, this is not the moment to kind of like give up at all. Continue to work hard. A lot of you are going to transition into a good job in the month of December, or you may be taking a big, well-deserved vacation, and you just need to clear your air, clear your mind, clear your space, and get away from all of this commotion that's going on. There's a lot of noise, and when I'm doing this reading, I'm getting a lot of head pressure. So you need to take care of yourself. A lot of you could be developing head colds, getting the flu, or just getting migraines. If you don't suffer from migraines, you could be getting migraines, and I'm just keeping it real. That's how it comes across. Just a lot of your physical body, your physical health is being affected by your stress levels. You need to keep your stress levels low during this time. This is also going to be a time in which you feel like someone else is being favorited. Someone is being given more attention than you. And it's not that you're jealous of this, but you could be feeling kind of empty inside, like somebody is, paying more attention to someone else and you're left in the background, and you're not being paid attention to. So if this is something that's happening, you need to be very vocal of it. You do step into your power about mid-month, and there's a big change where you came across, feeling the way that I described in the beginning of the month, feeling defeated, maybe not seeing the bigger picture. But by the middle of the month, girl, you are stepping into your power, or guy, you're stepping into your power. But there is a lot of key energy here. You're standing in a very powerful position. You know what you want. Things become more more clear, and you have that clarity from Spirit. And you are now given options. You get to choose. There could be people that are coming to you wanting to offer you something, whether this is a job, maybe someone is wanting, they've had feelings for you romantically for quite some time, and you've been, just holding off on being single because you're not sure you want to go into another relationship. But someone could be professing their love for you. People could, there could be more than one partner, and they're gonna fight for you. They're going to show you how interested they are. And you are going to be noticing, like, as you in 2018, a lot of you will be wanting to embark more strongly on your spiritual path, on your spiritual journey. So a lot of you may be buying, tarot cards, oracle cards, seeking private psychic readings from psychics or mediums, and wanting to know what 2019 has in store for you. So, yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting how the month of December plays out for a lot of you Moonchilds. But this was your horoscope for the month of December for the sign of Cancer. I want to thank you all for your amazing support throughout the whole year of 2018. Thank you for supporting my channel. Thank you for being a beacon of light. And just thank you for being you, authentically you. So, again, I wish you nothing but happy holidays, happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year going into 2019. And I'm so excited to see what's in store for me for 2019 so that I can give back to you. So, blessings and love and light. Thank you again. All right, going into the sign of Leo. Hello, Leo. For the month of December, there's a lot of stuff that is going on for you. Going into the month of December 2018 for Leo, you're going to start off the month feeling on top of the world. You're going to start feeling like a lot of this pressure that you've been holding on to is lifted. A lot of you could be feeling very happy that you have made some good connections throughout 2018. Some of you may still be, thinking about the past and some of your, not so good situations in 2018, but this is going to be a month of reflection. A lot of you are going to be reflecting on what has transpired throughout 2018, and you kind of are comparing it to 2017. If you go back to 2017 and how you felt during that time period, that year was a big year too for a lot of people. And then you go into 2018 and you kind of consider where you're at now. You've made a lot of progression. There's been a lot of you now understanding a little bit more about why things have turned out the way that they have throughout 2018. But Spirit is talking to you this month very, very, very big, very much with full force. And you need to listen. You need to listen to Spirit. You need to listen to that inner intuition, that inner GPS. They are talking to you. They're giving you signs, whether this is a red robin, a blue jay, this is a crow, a raven, a butterfly. There's going to be signs through spirit animals, spirit communication through animals that are going to be presenting themselves to a lot of you Leos out there. The sense that you need to step out in nature. A lot of you are more confined to your car, to an office space, or to your home life. Even though the weather may be a little cool, you can go outside for a walk, maybe drive to the park and go walking for a couple of minutes, or go out shopping. A lot of you are more like into online shopping. A lot of you may be more recluse because of the cold weather, or making these excuses because you feel more comfy in your bubble, in your space. But this month is going to be all about not being comfortable. The universe is going to shake you to wake you. Again, I'm going to say that again. The universe is going to shake you to wake you. What I mean by that is that you're going to be stepping outside of your comfort zone in one way or another. The universe is not playing this time around in this month. So they're going to bring new people into your life. There could be relationships that you are starting now, or a relationship that is going to take a little bit more of a serious element or turn to it. So if you met someone you've been maybe casually dating, but you don't want a form of commitment, this could be a month in which you kind of start seeing things that, you're starting to develop feelings for this person, even if you told yourself that you couldn't, do that. Or maybe there's a long distance relationship and there's like this good best friend that you have, and you start developing some feelings that are a little bit more stronger for this person. But you have fear of kind of opening yourself to this and being vulnerable, and you feel like you may be having a lot more to lose by staying quiet or staying in the shadows rather than speaking your truth. But Spirit is here to remind you that in the shadows sometimes you can get lost, and you only can see the negatives, but there is light that Spirit is wanting to push you into. So if you want someone or you want something, you're going to have to fight for it. You're going to have to speak up. You're going to have to be in the sense of uncomfortable and unshackle yourself from any restraints that you've been in. You feel like later in the month, you may be in a situation where you revisit the past, or someone in your past comes forward and there's a strong confrontation in words. This could be children involved, especially if there's children involved and there's two, your ex is with someone else and they have a new partner who maybe doesn't like you. There could be some confrontation here, and you could be very much in a position where you want to, hurt this person, or you want to retaliate. You want to get some kind of sense of justice, and you don't want to wait for destiny to issue this out to the person. You want to do it now. Again, Spirit is reminding you, remember how you felt throughout 2017 and 2018, how far along you've come. So do not give in to that temptation. Do not give in to that level of darkness. And so what a lot of you will need to do is to center yourself, meditate, retract from that. And if you have someone that you can talk to them to help you get through it. There is a strong female energy that comes around for those of you that would be females. This could be another sister or someone that just loves you unconditionally and is trying to give you some support and guidance. But a lot of you may not want to hear it, or you feel like that you're being judged when they're given this. If you're a male, this could be a female or someone who is a male that is very in touch with the divine feminine in them, and they could be giving you some advice, and you could be feeling like it's kind of like their words are kind of condescending, or they are passing judgment on you without knowing your whole story or who you are deep within. However, sometimes people come into our lives and they have a purpose to help us see things that maybe we cannot see, because sometimes our opinions are biased and we may not be able to know exactly what is going on. But there is also this sense of keeping secrets. You are being very secretive this month of December. This could be you planning to do something, that you don't want anyone else to know. Or if you're, like I said, getting involved with someone, you want to keep something private. This could be you maybe developing feelings for someone else. But Spirit is basically saying that. Even though you're standing in your power later in the month, be very honest and open with your heart space and your desires. Don't, hold back on them, and don't, kind of lie. Don't lie. Be very honest and open on everything that you do every step of the way, and to be strong, because a lot of you are going to feel kind of weak going in the month of December. Like I said, a lot of memories are going to surface. Good times that you've had maybe with your ex-partners or with someone that you lost that's no longer here in the physical world. This could be a grandpa, a grandma, a mother, father, a child, that you've lost, and they are now in spirit. And you feel this loneliness, for the very first time, or, every time around this holiday season, you think about them, and it's just not the same, it's not the same. So I'm getting emotional as I'm doing this reading, because I can feel like this month is going to be very very emotional for a lot of you Leos out there. But hang in there, be strong, and know that you are more powerful than you think you are. This is going to be a good month if you can really, like I said, get out of the comfort zone and get out of the shadow work, and the shadow self, and just don't give in to any kind of negative temptations. Even regardless if you're confronted by someone, walk away. That's the best thing, because you have your future to look out for you. So that's the horoscope for this month for the sign of Leo. I want to thank all of my Leos out there for your unconditional love and support for my channel and everything that I do on YouTube and just on all social media. Just thank you for supporting me. This has been an amazing year for me and all of my projects, and my book, and being published for the very first time in a magazine. So I'm just so excited and can't wait to give back to you in 2019 with new content and new exciting opportunities. So stay tuned, stay with my channel, because this is going to be a joyride for all of us. 2019, I feel like is going to be a good year for everyone. So thank you once again, and have an amazing holiday. Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, Feliz Navidad to all of you out there. All right, for the sign of Virgo for the month of December 2018. Hello, all my Virgos out there. This is going to be a month in which you're taking charge of any situation and you're moving forward. A lot of you have been feeling stuck, paralyzed, things are not moving maybe the way that you're wanting, and you've been, just kind of contemplating and sitting on the fence more so, about life in general and what you want and where you're going. And Spirit is basically saying that this month is going to be a month in which you are moving forward. You're not procrastinating anymore. You're not going to waste any more time. You're done with that. And so there's this level of you being the teacher to some people and kind of like teaching people more about themselves or teaching them a lesson. Not that you're teaching them a lesson in a bad way to hurt them, but there's something about like learning a lesson and learning more from your own experiences. And this is a very, very good energy for you out there. A lot of you are also moving away. It's like you are ready to move away, maybe as you go into 2019, move away from a state, move away from a city, or move into a new job. But you're sitting in your power more strongly, and it's like all this pain that you've experienced throughout 2018 has made you only stronger as a person, and you're able now to sit more in an area, in a position where you kind of more observant of people, and rather than jumping to conclusions, no, you're more of the type of person now that you've been transformed of, kind of observing people, not judging them by their cover, or how they look, but giving them time to show their energy and their true colors. So a lot of you are a lot wiser this month in making decisions. A lot of you may not make a decision, but just kind of, get your feet wet in some things, like some projects and some new career paths or things that you're working on. For those of you that are single Virgos, you won't be single for too long. This is a month, a very powerful month to maybe meet someone. So a lot of you could be starting a new relationship, or if you've already started one, it could be going to the next level. And there's a lot of happiness, a lot of celebration, maybe going to parties and going to celebrate, in different ways, however you are. But in the later in the month, there is this sense like you are looking at your past again, and for a brief moment you feel like you have to go back to your old self and kind of defend yourself from someone or walk away from a situation, because you feel like there is someone that is still watching you. They're still watching from the background. And this could be very well true. This could be an ex that has feelings for you still and they want to come back into your life, but you're like, no, I've been there, I've done that, I'm not going back to that. So you're going to be spiritually more aligned with your spiritual side, and your ability, your third eye is going to be going off a lot. So a lot of you are going to be really paying attention to your feelings, to your third eye, to what spirit is revealing to you. And so there's a lot of things that have been hidden that are going to be illuminated about people, places, circumstances, and situations to you. And once you know and you can see this very clearly, again, you're going to tackle this head on. This month is a month of battles for a lot of Virgos, and you have to choose your battles wisely. But you do come out victorious and soaring above all the adversity or obstacles that may be presenting themselves in your path. And you're kind of like, there's this twisted sense of humor that the universe has, that makes me want to laugh, because I feel like in many ways you're going to be finding it very comical how people that that may have judged you and pegged you wrongly, and pegged you to be the bad guy, are now kind of bickering and battling things amongst themselves. And it's like you're getting to see karma at its finest, working without you having to do anything. It's like you didn't have to wish them any kind of wrongdoing. You didn't have to wish them anything, bad to happen to them. Their own karma is coming and catching up with them. And so that's kind of the sense of how you end the year of 2018, especially the month of December. There's a lot of sense of accomplishment, a lot of sense of being validated. Finally, like people are able to see why maybe you treated someone the way that you did, that all of the things that you said about maybe a situation or a person or even a place of employment was not fabrications. They weren't fabrications. This wasn't fabricated. This wasn't your imagination. This wasn't you trying to hurt someone, but actually things that you saw that they couldn't see and now are coming to the surface. So again, pay attention to the signs this month in particular. So I want to thank you all for your unconditional love and support for me and my channel, and for all of my projects that I've had throughout 2018. It's been a very blessed year for me. I'm very excited to see what 2019 has in store and how I can give back to you with new content and new projects that I'm working on for 2019. So thank you once again for being loyal and being on my channel. I wish you all the best of going into 2019. May you enjoy your happy holidays, happy Hanukkah, Feliz Navidad, Merry Christmas to all of you out there. Thank you again, and this is the horoscope for the sign of Virgo for December 2018. All right, so this is going to be the horoscope for the sign of Libra for December 2018. Welcome back to my channel. For those of you that are tuning in, Libra, this month is going to be one in which you are focused about work. You're focused about getting things accomplished, getting everything sorted out, getting all of your, your ideas and plans kind of structured. Also, a lot of you out there could be feeling like you are thirsty for knowledge, or that someone that you love is maybe cheating on you. They could be very much giving to someone else, and you know this. So a lot of you could be very blind and not really seeing the situation for what it is, that you're stuck in a relationship with someone who is cheating on you, basically. There is someone that is not being faithful to you, and this is not going to apply to every single Libra out there, but for a lot of you out there, you could be stuck in a similar situation where you feel like you are wanting this person's time and attention, but they make excuses that, that they're busy with work or life is too busy, blah, blah, blah. It's like, this person is making one after the other. But let's face it, let's keep it real here. There's 24 hours in a day. No one is extremely that busy every single moment of 24 hours that they cannot pick up a phone and text you back or call you or just spend like 3 minutes. What does it take? A minute to say I love you, or that, I'm thinking of you, or whatnot. So there's a lot of excuses that are being done. Maybe that they don't want to join you for your family holidays. They want to spend it with their own, or they're they got to travel for their business purposes, whatever. There's a sense of, you feeling like you are being almost like that they're trying to take advantage of your kindness, and a lot of you are not having it. So later in the month, you kind of are going to distract yourself and reconnect with your inner child maybe through your own children, seeing how happy they are, maybe buying them gifts, sparks you a memory of your childhood, when you were young, and how you felt very happy around the holidays. But Spirit shows me that you are going to be taking charge of any situation. You're going to come out of it feeling very, very strong. A lot of you are going to be feeling almost like you need more balance in your life, but you're not sure how to get there. You could be feeling very stressed. The holidays typically are very stressful, and it's all about setting healthy boundaries this month. If you are feeling like, you cannot make a certain event or a certain party or a certain get-together, just speak your mind. Let them know. It's okay to say no, in certain situations, and set up those boundaries. If people are going to cop an attitude or get angry at you because you are keeping it real, you are, letting them know how you feel, that's not your problem. That's not something that you can control. You are only responsible at the end of the day for your own emotions and your own well-being, not anyone else's well-being. But there are going to be some celebrations and feeling of, being on top of the world later in the month, but a lot of you could be feeling some jealousy. You could be feeling some different emotions, especially if your partner, like I said, is cheating on you or is giving to two people and you're okay with it. You shouldn't be okay with a situation where maybe they're with their partner still and they're still wanting to see you. It's not fair to you, and even though you may have justified this, that they'll leave their partner eventually, you can't really make that assumption. You really don't know. A lot of people want their cake and they want to eat it too. A lot of people want the best of both worlds, and they want to be a player, and play people. or be a cheater. And so Spirit is basically saying, you know, you need to really see the situation for what it is and move on from it. You need to learn the lesson and move on. But a lot of you could be, you know, paralyzed by fear and wanting to still stay in a toxic situation. But again, ultimately, it's going to be up to you. The decisions you make this month are going to affect your whole 2019. It's going to set the tone of what you want to see for 2019 manifest. So if you want to see happiness and you want to see yourself in a good, healthy relationship, you need to set up those boundaries. You need to make the changes and cut out anyone that is toxic in your life. If you continue to make excuses and deny it, and maybe just say, you know what, this is going to change eventually. You know, I'm just going to be patient and give it some more time. This is when it can create cycles, and you're going to go into 2019 feeling the same way that you did throughout 2018. So again, change is necessary, and you do need to speak up and stand up for yourself. And that's the horoscope for the sign of Libra. All right, going into the horoscope of Scorpio. Scorpio, this month of December 2018 is all about mysticism, finding your inner strength, knowing when to walk away from a situation. So let me break it down for you for the month of December for Scorpio. My mom is a Scorpio, so I grew up in a household with Scorpios, so I feel very connected to Scorpios. And my best friend, Emily, shout out to Emily from Minnesota. She is a Scorpio as well. So a lot of you Scorpios out there are going to find that this month is a month of illumination. It is a month of really kind of seeing things now that you've been suppressing, things that you've been hiding deep within yourself, and being really raw and honest. A lot of your power comes through experiences and learning and knowing your worth. A lot of you love and you give unconditionally to people who don't respond the way that you need them to back to you. A lot of you are very sensitive when it comes to people trying to tell you how to do things. When you know how to do things yourself, you don't need people to chime in. Yes, sometimes you're open to it and it's okay for them to give you that kind of thing, you know, give you, you know, some of their insight, but sometimes it comes across almost like judgmental, and that's when you start putting up your defensive walls and start, you know, really focusing on, you know, on walking away from that. Or, you know, because a lot of you don't want to get into arguments and whatnot, and some of you may like it. You may like that fiery energy. It just depends on what mood you're in. But this month of December is all about your planning. A lot of you are planning about what you're going to, how you're going to supplement your income, how you can earn more income going into 2019. And so Spirit is saying that this is a month of strategically planning and making some considerations. Some of you may have to walk away from a job, or you may have to walk away from family. There's this sense like you are going to be attacked. I'm just going to keep it real. There's going to be this sense later in the month where you feel attacked by people in your family. This could be conversations that come up, or even your best friend that's like family, or a friend, you know, that is like a family member. There is a sense of you having to walk away, and you feel like, you know, the people that you thought you could trust, they backstabbed you, or they treated you in a certain way. But as you walk away from this, you know, and there's a lot of darkness and like nighttime, you know, it's like, it's a gloomy period in your life through the month of December, you know, for that specific time frame. This is happening more in the beginning of the month, or, you know, the second week. A lot of you are going to step into some happiness. There's some friends that are going to support you. There's going to be like this resurrection, of some sort that is happening in your life. And you come from a rainbow family. A lot of you come from, you know, a rainbow family, a spiritual soul family that is very filled of light and love. And so Spirit is telling you that there is power there, and that there is light. There is going to be some positive things this month that happen. Conversations. You're going to have that emotional support that maybe you cannot find in your family, or you cannot find within yourself because you feel very defeated right now. That's going to change, and you're going to step into your power. It's going to be fierce. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be jaw-dropping, and it's going to be awe-inspiring. It's going to be something where you feel like, I am powerful. I am the shit. So that's what you're going to be feeling later this month. But to get there, you are going to need to take some time out. This is going to be a stressful month. You're going to feel tired certain days. You're going to need to rest. But you're having some conversations with new people. You are feeling kind of gregarious. You're feeling a little bit more happier. And you come out of this victoriously. It's like you're not fully happy though, that you had to struggle and you had to lose to gain, and that you had to kind of go the extra mile and put on your armor and stuff to get across. But Spirit is telling you that you're a warrior. You're a warrior prince or princess, and that you got the upper hand. And so now you're moving more towards love. A lot of you that are single Scorpios out there could be meeting someone, or could be in the midst of kind of opening your heart and your mind and your soul now to the possibility that, hey, you are deserving and worthy of true love, and that's going to come in. So going into the month of January, as you leave December, 2019 is all going to be about love and about your career, and taking it to new heights and new levels. So yeah, this is your horoscope for the month of December. I want to thank you all out there for your amazing unconditional love and support, to all my Scorpios that listen, every month, every week, to all of the stuff all of the content that I put on YouTube or through all my other social media accounts. Thank you once again. I am so excited. I'm so grateful and so blessed for this year. It's been a great year, and I'm going into 2019. I'm very excited about the possibilities and the projects that I'm working on and the new content that I will be doing for you. So thank you once again. Feliz Navidad, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah to all of my listeners, viewers out there. I wish you a prosperous new year going into 2019, and may you enjoy your holidays. So thank you once again. All right, so this is going to be the horoscopes for the sign of Sagittarius for the month of December 2018. Sagittarius, this month is going to start off like you are, you worked extremely hard throughout the whole year. Leading into the month of December, you kind of now are contemplating, should you be going on a trip? Should you be reuniting with family? A lot of you are having some problems with decision making, especially centered around the holidays and whether you should go and spend time with your family. A lot of you feel at times like you are judged, or there's arguments in your family. There's a lot of element of dysfunction, and it holds you back sometimes from going to to be with your family, because every time you go you feel like they're always talking down on you or treating you a certain way. And so there needs to be more balance in your family. There's a lot of people that are darker energies in your family, and there may be some that are more lighter, and it's like you having to decide whether you want to spend time with them, or should you spend time with your friends that are like family members. When you go into your love life this month of 2018, those of you that would be inside of a relationship right now, the relationship has a level of darkness to it. There's a person that has an edge of darkness to them in your love life, whether this is your partner or maybe someone else that you are thinking about or having feelings for. There's this certain level of darkness that surrounds them, and that it's like you are not happy. There's some lies that are going on. There's some deceit. There's this sense that you're not fully happy with the situation that is taking place. So this is going to have you really reflecting on that love situation and reflecting on what should be your next decisions. And there is a lot of things that are coming out and being illuminated by the universe, and they're wanting you to really see things for how they really are. You are also going to have some decision making to do. There's going to be two opportunities or two different pathways that you can take with your career. For those of you that are really thinking like now, like, I'm not happy with my job, I'm not happy with where I'm at. So this is going to be like you've been putting it out to the universe. You've been making wishes. You've been trying to manifest this, but you haven't been seeing it come to fruition. But Spirit is saying that the universe has heard this petition. They have heard you, and it is going to be coming to pass in 2019. But there's a sense that you need to be patient. A lot of you also could be dealing with a male energy that is very stubborn, whether this is a partner, this is a friend. There's someone that is stuck in their own throne, so to speak, and they're not willing to budge on their beliefs. So if you're like trying to get them to see you or value you in a certain way, it's like they're not going to budge right now. There's nothing you can do or say to really change this person, because like that saying goes, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. That's kind of the same thing with this person. It's like you can tell them and you can preach and you can, give them all of your, your good energy, but ultimately at the end of the day, they're not going to really make any kind of move. And this is something that's kind of creating a wedge between you both, maybe some power struggles and some battles, because you also sit on your own chair, and you kind of observe and you're standing in your own power. But this person has a level of darkness and an edge to them, and you are more of the light worker and the person that is a healer. And so there's this, like I said, this sense of just not being fully satisfied with the situation. You're feeling kind of trapped, and you're trying to find a way to escape from the situation. And so before the month is over, you're going to start developing an action plan. A lot of you are going to be moving out of this toxicity and moving more into a positive direction for 2019. So I want to thank you so much for being so supportive and showing me unconditional love on my channel and all my social media platforms through 2018. This has been a very great year for me. I'm very humbled and so grateful to the universe, and I'm just so excited to see what 2019 has in store for me so that I can give back to you. So this was the horoscope for the sign of Sagittarius for December 2018. Have a happy holiday season. All right, this is going to be the horoscope for the sign of Capricorn for the month of December 2018. Those of you that are tuning in, this month is going to be a month in which you are starting it off on a very positive note. There's a sense of financially, you're in a good position. You've been working very hard, like I've said, before, throughout 2018, and so now you're having to decide, whether you want to take a vacation, or maybe you want to buy an expensive item like a new car, a new vehicle, a new furnishings for your apartment. But there's something about, spending quite a bit of money in December of 2018, this last month of the year. A lot of you also could be finding that you are having good, conversations with family members or even friends, and there's something that you're learning. There's a lot of wisdom that's coming to you. However, there is some fears that you are holding on to right now, and these fears seem to be centered around whether or not you should make a decision. Like this could be almost like you accepting a job offer going into 2019 and starting that, or you're wanting to leave behind your job to embark on a self-employment venture or a business venture that is more of like an entrepreneurship, being an entrepreneur. But Spirit is saying that you need to stand very strong, that you carry a very good mindset, and your soul is very centered. And so while you may be feeling or mourning a piece of you that has died, an old piece of you, of your soul, there is a rebirth and there is balance being restored to your life. So even though you may, like I said, a lot of you will be leaving some of your jobs behind to embark on new ventures, this finality was needed. It's all been pre-written and predestined. And this is something that the universe wants you to kind of let go of the outcomes and the worries, that you will be standing tall, you will be provided for regardless of what the world, what the universe throws at you. Your soul has come to this earth, has been born to know how to maneuver and get through all of these hurdles that that life generally throws at us. So this is going to be like the energy for the month of December for Capricorn. So just continue to work hard and know that you are being guided by a higher power in everything that you're doing. So again, I want to thank you so much for tuning in to my channel. Thank you so much for your unconditional love and support throughout 2018. I appreciate all my Capricorns that are loyal to my channel. This has been an amazing month, amazing year for me, and I'm so grateful for all of my blessings and that I'm able to provide new content and new projects for you in 2019. So please continue to stay on my channel and watch my journey and the new things that are coming up. I wish you a happy holiday, a Merry Christmas, a Feliz Navidad, and a Happy Hanukkah. So enjoy and spend time with your family, your loved ones. Thank you once again. All right, this is going to be the horoscopes for the sign of Aquarius for December 2018. So this month for you Aquarians out there that would be tuning in, a lot of you are taking charge, moving ahead. A lot of you are traveling. A lot of you are going to be very, very busy. Typically, the month of December is very busy for Aquarians. It's all about your friends, your family, and having a good time. But in the midst of all this hustle and bustle that's going on, a lot of you are feeling like you're watching your friends and your loved ones kind of being like blind and kind of going at each other. No, there's this sense of like no direction with certain people in your friendships that makes you feel like everybody is scattered. And so like organizing certain things or get-togethers is going to be spontaneous. It's not going to always come out as planned, especially for this month of December. So if you are expecting to have certain things already, like to come out a certain way or plan, expect the unexpected. Again, that is what Spirit is saying. Expect the unexpected. There's also this nurturing when it comes to your money. Right now, you are holding on to maybe some worries about your finances, or not really worrying, but you're kind of thinking, how can you supplement, how can you take your income to the next level through the projects that you have coming up for 2019, or any ideas, creative ideas that you have. So a lot of you could be putting final touches maybe to new ideas around a product, a project that are going to be debuted in 2019. A lot of you are working extremely hard, but you have a lot of this keeping it very much secret to yourself, and you don't want a lot of people to know, what you're working on, because again, these are your ideas and whatnot. And you live in a place possibly, or a community, or in an area, where a lot of your coworkers, colleagues, or acquaintances could, could easily take that idea and kind of run with it. So you are onto something. There is a sense of backstabbing, being backstabbed this month in particular. And it could be by someone that's very close to you that you wouldn't even suspect that this is going to happen. It's kind of going to open your eyes and pull the, the wool. They can't pull the wool over your eyes anymore. It's like you have this sense of being able to see this person for who they really are, the facade that they've been putting on. This is someone that is not like long distance, or a family member that is long distance. This is someone that is in your circle, that is in by you, and that you maybe are with every day, and that you share a lot of your secrets. There's this thing that, you need to kind of keep some things to yourself. Don't let anyone, even though you may be in a relationship or a friendship, let everyone know your innermost workings, because if that situation was to ever dissolve, or a lot of these people, a lot of you may not think that someone that is very sweet could be capable of extracting some kind of form of revenge on you. And this is the caution that Spirit is bringing to me to give to you this month, is to keep things, keep your routines, kind of keep some distance. If you notice that this person is being very intrigued and wanting to know a little bit more about your inner workings and your connections and your networks, be very careful what you give them about other people, any information, because again, like I said, if a situation was to ever dissolve, whether this is a love relationship breaking up, or you're going through a friendship ending, this is going to be something where this person could come back and usually use that information and talk badly about you or create some drama, almost like blackmailing you in certain ways that, if you do this or you leave them, that this is going to be the outcome. So again, you may not be able to see it yet, but it's going to be something that slowly kind of reveals itself through the month of December. And as you're feeling like you are in the heat of the moment and you're going through this, you don't know if you're going to be able to come out of it, but you are going to be turning to your higher self, to maybe a spiritual teacher, a healer, but there is going to be this sense that you need to kind of reconnect with someone that you maybe have pushed away because of this person, or because, this person, kind of became everything for you for the last 2 or 3 or 4 months of this year, or throughout 2018 in general. So there's a lot of you needing nurturing, you're needing to reconnect and get away from all of the stress. And so just like you nurture your work life and your career and whatnot, Spirit is telling you that you need to also nurture yourself and honor yourself. Pay attention to the signs and the symbols, whether this is a dragonfly, this is a feather, or a penny left in your path. There is going to be some signs here of you needing to protect your assets, to protect your well-being, and to protect your space. And ultimately, only you can do that for yourself. No one can step in and kind of change that outcome for you. So this is coming directly from Spirit, just being very mindful and cautious, again, with the amount of information that you're sharing with someone, or the amount of you, bringing them into your world and letting them know every single inner and outer working of your life. There are some things, that you need to keep to yourself, and just, do that for protection. So I want to thank all of my Aquarians out there listening for your unconditional love and support throughout 2018. I'm very grateful. This has been an amazing year for me, full of blessings, and I'm very humbled by it. And I'm very excited to see what 2019 has in store for me, so that way I can give back to you, and through my projects and through my YouTube channel and all other social media platforms. So I want to wish you all a happy holiday season, Merry Christmas, Feliz Navidad, Happy Hanukkah to all of you out there. Thank you so much again for being on my channel. And last but certainly not least, this is going to be the horoscope for the sign of Pisces for December 2018. So welcome back. Thank you so much for my fellow Pisces out there. This is going to be a month in which you're going to be receiving a shift and spiritual downloads and universal codes from the universe on a spiritual level. A lot of you decided in 2018 to take more of a spiritual approach and path to your life in general, and kind of incorporating that into your work life and your day-to-day, maybe your relationships, your friendships, and kind of, taking who you are innately and intuitively, and kind of seeing things a little bit from a different perspective. A lot of you start off the month feeling very accomplished, you feel very confident, and you feel like, you're thinking about 2019, you're thinking about your projects, you're thinking about what could come up next, what's next in store for you. But I'm going to keep it real here for you, as I don't sugarcoat anything in my private readings or even on my horoscopes. And this may or may not apply to every one of you out there, because everyone that's listening has a different lifestyle, a different life. But Spirit is showing me that there is some heartache on the horizon. So those of you that may be in a relationship, you could possibly expect some kind of breakup. There could be a lot of pain around this. It's like you entered a relationship with someone that had a certain level or edge of darkness and was very controlling. A lot of you knew more or less what this person was about and what to expect from this relationship, but you still went into it with with the idea of, just giving it your all, and knowing that this was, you thought like this was your person, but deep down you knew that there was something disconnecting you from them. And this is something that may, like I said, may or may not occur, but there is a sense like there's going to be some of you out there that are going to be experiencing some breakup or separation, whether this is like your partner that you are with telling you, hey, I need some space, I want to take some time, there's a sense of codependency on your part. You could be being a little too clingy to this person or too needy, and you're not even you know, paying attention to it. And some people in relationships need their own space. They don't want to be questioned every minute, like, hey, what are you doing? Where can you call me when you get here? You know, they don't want to be held accountable for, you know, certain things that are just like, you know, there needs to be a certain level of trust, and you don't need to be very overprotective of a partner. So again, Spirit is saying that there could be some separations this month for some of you Pisces. There could be a change in a relationship. That doesn't mean that you're going to separate, but there may be some distance being created because ultimately, you know, your partner may be feeling a little bit different, and you may be feeling a little different, and you may be feeling like you need this space. But whatever it is, this is something that is divinely being orchestrated, and you can't change the outcome. You can change certain outcomes, you know, in certain ways, but it feels like this is already pre-written and destined to happen. So it has you kind of contemplating, focusing more on your work energy. But as you try to get, you know, your work done, you're still going to be thinking about this person very, very deeply. There's a part of your soul that has been very much immersed with this person. They come across as a very strong person, very eloquent, and perhaps they even have their financial stuff together. But again, there's this sense that this person is not being loyal to you. They could be cheating, not so much in the physical sense, and it could be physical sense with someone else, but it also could be that they're communicating with other people. There's this flirty energy, and you know, like that Sam Smith song, I'm Not the Only One, that's kind of like what you feel about yourself, like you're not the only one that they're giving their time and their attention to. So this is going to have you turning to your family for support. If you haven't been in touch with your family, you may decide to go spend the holidays with them. You know, you may decide to spend time with your friends that are more like family members, to kind of, you know, detach yourself from the situation, kind of distract yourself. But your emotions get the best of you throughout the month of December. And this is something, you know, Pisces is a very emotional sign. And this is something that is just a part of who you are. And you can't change that. You know, you can't change who you are as a person. So there is going to be this sense like you feel kind of trapped, and you feel like you need to break free from it. As you get into the last part of the month and going into the New Year's holiday, a lot of you will be breaking free from this, and there's like this sense of you cutting through and cutting out, you know, anything that's negative. But there's a sense of revenge. There's this sense of like you wanting to maybe get revenge on someone, that you feel like you want to blame someone because perhaps, you know, you feel like they're the reason that certain things didn't work out in a relationship, or you know, or in a certain way. But Spirit is telling you that that's not the case. These are illusions that you have created, or that things that you can't see. Spirit wants you to kind of look more at yourself and what you have allowed yourself to, you know, enter into, and know that ultimately you're the only one that's responsible for your own actions and your own outcomes in your destiny. So again, even if there is a finality, there is going to be someone else. There's always going to be, you know, a new beginning for you. So don't see any heartbreak that does come about this month, or separation or distance, as something negative, because it gives you opportunity to grow as a person and really kind of understand more or less what you want out of your own paths and relationships. And then a lot of you may not be even going through what I've described. A lot of you may be getting closer together in a relationship, but they're, for the most part, I can't lie, this is the energy that I'm given from Spirit and the universe. So again, this is what it is. So I want to thank you so much for tuning in, all of my Pisces, for being a loyal supporter of my channel and showing me unconditional love. I want to thank you all and wish you a very happy holiday, a Merry Christmas, a Happy Hanukkah, a Feliz Navidad, and a prosperous New Year. As I get into 2019, I reflect back on 2018. This has been a wonderful year for me, been full of blessings and happiness, and I'm just so excited to see what 2019 has in store for me on my projects and my YouTube channel and the new content, so that way I can give back to you. So blessings and love and light. If you did like this video, all of you that are listening, please give it a thumbs up. Also be sure to follow me on Facebook and Instagram, and if you'd like to set up a private reading, you can go to my website. That's www.raymondguzman.net/shop. And once you're on my website, go to the shop section. You can also pick up an autographed copy of my book, Starseed Footsteps. It is a book about spiritual topics like death, reincarnation, the occult, angels, demons, and it goes on and on how to connect to your spirit guides, what happens when we die. So if you haven't picked up a copy of that, go ahead and pick it up. It's going to be a good stocking stuffer for Christmas. And if you'd like to pick up one that's not autographed, you can get it from Amazon or barnesandnoble.com. Blessings and love and light. Have an amazing day.